guys, I just finished a show. Look at the room that they put me in. We're in Biden's fake Oval Office, everybody. And I've actually figured this out. I now know why. I now get it. Turn the camera around. There is a screen, teleprompter to the face. All I can say is the last administration was a disgrace.
Now, the leftist media activists and propagandists who championed Joe Biden for years are finally telling the truth about what sort of man he really is. Listen here as Chuck Todd tells us what he really thinks.
And when I realized that not one, not two, but three Biden children, and I count Bo's widow, were all dealing with drug problems in 2018. And Joe Biden said, now's a perfect time to run for president because who cares about our family? I have to tell you something about Joe Biden. There's this mythology about Joe Biden that the man cared so much, it's all that he was this incredible family man. And instead, what he really was a craven political animal that it was desperate. The man considered or ran for president every 4 years he was eligible. You know why he didn't run in 76? He wasn't 35 yet. That's the only reason.
I don't recall hearing that frankness, that honesty during Chuck Todd's many, many years at NBC. But it wasn't just Chuck Todd. Then stage 4 TDS sufferer Steve Schmidt joined in, saying that he doesn't even trust Joe Biden's children to babysit.
What I said to the group that made them gasp, I said, I have 5 kids. And if I had to leave 12-year-old alone, if I had to leave the kids with someone, and my choices are Hunter Biden or Ashley Biden or Don Jr. and Eric and Laura Trump, like, I'm dropping the kids off at Don and Eric and Laura's house.
Wow, if only these two were forthcoming with this sort of information when it actually mattered. Joining me now is comedian and host of Primetime with Alex Stein on Blaze TV. Alex, the cowardice of these leftist activists, some of them masquerading as journalists, is astounding. What's even the point of saying all this now?
Well, if you look at Chuck Todd, I believe he worked at NBC for 18 years, and I think that he was let go in January because, obviously he was trying to keep the mainstream narrative that Joe Biden was competent for office when in reality, everybody knew that Hunter Biden was a drug addict. Everybody knew that Joe Biden was basically a deadbeat dad, for lack of a better word. And they had to lie to try to paint a picture that he was a competent president. And now Chuck Todd is realizing, listen, I lied. My integrity is totally gone. So he's doing this to save face. And that's why he's all of a sudden changed his tune. So I didn't believe him the first time. And really, I honestly don't trust what he's saying now either.
Well, yeah, because it wasn't just that Joe Biden was competent. That was the only lie they were telling. They were also telling us he was this warm, loving father and grandfather who, let's not forget that he doesn't even acknowledge one of his own grandchildren, a little girl down in Arkansas.